this evening, and I just wanted to, provide some preliminary overview to you about the snow removal process, and assure you that in the coming weeks, the city of Mount Vernon, in collaboration with the school districts, will be issuing a report as to some of the things we learned, some of the lessons we learned from the storm. And one of the key takeaways is that this collaboration can continue to happen, particularly at no cost to the taxpayer. I met with and I spoke with the superintendent earlier today, and he and I are going to continue to dialogue about ironing out a shared services arrangement where the school district will continue to help the city plow snow, particularly on these vexing side streets. And as you can tell, the collaboration prompted the governor of the state of New York to provide the city of Mount Vernon with resources, including that monster snowblower, which is really cool. So one of the things that we learned just immediately is we really have to communicate, and this is where we can use your help as council members. Just reinforce the message about snow removal, parking cars, putting trash out. We don't want to summons a ticket anyone. There were 28 warnings and 1 ticket issued, just so you know, throughout the storm. The people shoveling snow into the street. There may have been some tickets for certain meters when we're trying to clear the snow with the snow blower. But other than that, it's been at minimal impact to motorist traffic, and I'm really proud of the hard work of our DPW. You know that they have been working with equipment that has been outdated and dilapidated, but they kept it alive throughout the storm. That's just what it's been. In collaboration with the guys down at DPW, we'll be crafting a capital plan of equipment and needs that we believe we need to help Mount Vernon dig out from the next big weather event. And we're also assessing how to move our cars toward a more unified fleet. Instead of having multiple types of cars with multiple types of parts, we're looking at trying to move toward a 3-fleet city, meaning an Explorer, an Edge, something that's more versatile that can handle all types of weather. But these are things that we're going to be discussing and bringing to your attention over the coming weeks and months. This is not going to happen overnight. We acknowledge that, but there are a lot of good lessons we learned, and we want to build on that momentum. Particularly speaking of momentum, and I'll wrap this up very soon, the city is going through their budget, and there are a lot of things that I believe Mount Vernon is eligible for. And we can really position ourselves to start receiving more state aid if we collaborate. Part of that collaboration begins with my office having resources to operate more efficiently. Part of that request tonight, and I believe you may have received some form of communication last night from me personally, but also in written form today, seeking transfer funds for chief of staff. I hope that this is something you guys believe in, because while I don't mind putting in longer and longer hours to work with the people in Mount Vernon, I think we can get a lot more done, especially with one-on-one meetings and resolving issues and challenges that some of the departments may face on a day-to-day basis. The operations of this city is working hard, working fast, but we can work smarter. And I think that if we were to authorize the transfer funds for chief of staff, it would be a tremendous benefit in adding additional grant writing capacity to our team. For example, the person we're asking for is Sean Patterson-Howard. Sean is a long, well-respected member of this community. Today she was informed that she received another $1.25 million grant for the Yonkers YMCA, in which she's the CEO. And she's turned that facility around. So I think Sean is eminently qualified to be our chief of staff, but I think she's also a person that you all can work with and identify with. My hope is that, given the resources in the budget, we can effectuate that transfer so she can begin in that line. I also just want to bring to your attention about the capacity and capability of what's going on around us. Buffalo, in recent months, has announced that they are moving to raise over 5,000 vacant homes. We're not Buffalo. Thankfully, we don't have 5,000 vacant homes. But they are doing it at the behest in collaboration with the state of New York. This is an older article, and as you can see, after they did that, they got $1 billion from the governor. When we start leading on some of these issues that are afflicting our community, we can start making tremendous changes. Again, not overnight. This is an incremental process that will be done collaboratively. And also just want to point out that Senator Schumer assured Mount Vernon, including myself, that he will work with HUD to give us the money to demolish many of these homes, but they're looking for signals that we should and could do this, and I believe we can. Aside from that, I do want to point to the prospect of what's going on again. It'll cover the Wall Street Journal since Westchester heats up as a rental destination. We know this is happening. We have $1 billion on the drawing board and many different projects that are before you already. So all I'm pointing out to you guys is there's a great opportunity to collaborate. The school district has demonstrated they're willing to do it. I'm eager now to reach out to each of you actively, proactively since before January 1, and I will continue to reach out proactively and actively on a daily basis to get your feedback and participation in anything that we do. So all I can say is in the effort of collaboration, I hope that there are things that we can identify with Chief of Staff as one of the first starts, that we can get started and begin a real process of getting more work done for the people of Mount Vernon. I think it's in the community's best interest to have more people working on our behalf without an impact on the taxpayer, using resources that we have that can really make a big difference for tomorrow. And with that, I'll stop speaking, and I thank you for your audience. Thank you for your time. I look forward to continue to collaborate with you on many of these exciting projects that we have going on. Thank you, and God bless.